Wow, don't I just look like garbage fire today? Okay, so ignoring my dumpster fire-ness. Thank you for the suggestions. I don't have dropsy, I'm just ugly. So today I am babysitting a sick snail. This little guy right here, little mystery snail. Um, so I kind of want to talk a little bit about mystery snails. And some issues that a lot of people don't really think about and a lot of people don't really talk about. There's not really much information on it. And I haven't really found a cure for it. But I have found temporary treatment, and it seems to be pretty much all we can really do. So, this little guy right here, I have him in a little bowl with a tiny bit of water so it doesn't dry out. He's been getting stuck at the surface. And this happens sometimes, they'll get bubbles caught under their snail because, they do breathe. And they do have a gas bladder, which helps them get to the surface and get back down. And sometimes, they can just get random bubbles trapped under it. And for the most part, it's not really that big of a deal. Once they open up and they lean out of their shell a little bit, usually the bubbles just come right out. Sometimes, you gotta kind of grab them, hold them underwater, and tip them from side to side to get all the bubbles out. But this little guy, it's just not working for him. And, it keeps happening to him since I got him a couple months ago. And I've recently gotten into breeding them. And so I've been having to do a bunch of research. And what I found is that it's typically what I think is an issue with his gas bladder. Facebook group. Which, by the way, I will be linking my Facebook group down below if you want to check it out and join me. Me and the rest of the admin team, we are putting together a research fact-checked consensus for a lot of fish keeping. Because there's a lot of misinformation out there, and we just kind of want it to be accurate and give a solid consensus. But that's a thing for another topic. So what I found to be helpful is, like I said, you can hold them underwater and kind of move their shell back and forth. And that typically helps. Now sometimes, and you can usually tell if they have a buildup of gas because they won't be able to retract completely into their shell. So what I'll do is I'll take this little guy. I'm stressing him out by doing this, by the way, but I need to do it. But I want to do this for educational purposes. And I'll hold him upside down like this, and I will run my finger along his actual body, not the shell, but his actual body, and I'll press very lightly, focusing on pressing on the genitals, typically the penis. And it can be it can be kind of difficult to sex them, but it works better with males. Luckily, he is a male. So it's easier, but if you press on their genitals very lightly, they contract and they'll push all the air bubbles out. And that's been working for the most part, but lately he's been having trouble with even that. So, and I don't want to lose him, and I know that the chances are pretty high that I'm going to, and I don't just want to leave him to float on the surface where he won't get food and he'll slowly starve to death. Which is why I have him in a small bowl with a tiny, tiny bit of water, just enough to wet the bottom so that he doesn't dry out. That's really all I can really do at the moment, and what I'm hoping is that once he's comfortable in his bowl, he will open up completely, and he will completely come out of his shell looking for deeper water, and at that point, the rest of the air will come out, and he'll be able to be put back in the tank for a while before I have to do this again. From what I found, there really isn't much of a cure when it comes to treating gas bladder issues within snails. This really is the only thing that I found to give them a little bit of relief. And I am concerned, and I don't think he's going to make it. They can typically live between 8 and 15 years, with 15 being the max, 10 being the average. And I really hope that he lives a long, happy life, but because of his condition, I'm not sure that he will, which is kind of upsetting. I love my snails. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about mystery snails getting stuck at the surface of the water, why it happens, and what you can do about it, in hopes that I can... Come on, guys, you're making me look bad. In hopes that I can help some other people who are having the same issue. Please ignore the pimple on my nose. I just had to go and point it out, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching. I will likely do an update on him later, and I hope that you all have a fantastic day. Toodles.